What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film review. And today we're taking a look at Gladiator, the original, that came out in 2000. That was 3 years before I was born. So this movie is basically 24 years old as of the time of the second one coming out. Why are they making a second one 24 years later? I don't fucking know, but because I haven't seen the first one, we're going to take a look at the first one in preparation for number 2 coming out. And when I have watched number 2, I'll do a review on that one as well, depending, I don't know how long away I'm going to be watching number 2 from the time they're making this one, so you might have to wait a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks. But without any further delay, let's make sure you guys are all entertained, because that's what my videos are here to do. Make you all entertained and give you a little bit more information about these movies that you should definitely, maybe, or not go watch for yourself. So, without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So, Gladiator is a 2 hour and 35-minute movie. It is an action-adventure, and it is made in the 2000s. It has an 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb, a 67% on Metric, and a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it ain't even that good, so I don't know why they're making a number 2. You can watch this on ITVX, you can watch it on Google Play or Amazon Prime. Commodus takes to overpower and demotes Maximus, one of the preferred generals of his father, Emperor Marcus Achilles. As a result, Maximus is re-elected to fight till death as a gladiator. Now, that's what Google says, but how the actual story goes is it opens up with a battle. It opens up with a pretty big battle, not gonna lie. We have quite a lot of action in the first 10 minutes, and it does show off Maximus's skill. It shows off, like, his ability to lead, and his ability to fight, and his ability to win a war. It does also show a dog. That dog never shows up again, so I'm praying to God that that dog escaped and didn't die, because he didn't show us the dog dying, but we never saw it again, so I'm hoping that the dog survived, because that was a big thing that I wanted. We don't actually see that dog again, and it does upset me. So in my headcanon, that dog lived, it survived, it's now living its best life out in the woods. Anyway, they win the battle, and, the son shows up. He shows up late. He misses the battle because he's a coward. He doesn't want to, fight in the battle. He doesn't want to risk his own life. He doesn't want to, die. So he ends up, not taking part in the battle and showing up late. His father is, not too pleased with him and doesn't really like him. So he tells Maximus, yo, you're the son I never had, please be my heir, please take over the throne, I know you have a family and a farm and a child that you want to get back to, but, bro, I need you to do this, you're my only hope, you're the only hope for Rome, make it back into a democracy. So he says no and leaves. His son then finds out and kills his father, so he becomes the next emperor, and he starts selling Rome's grain, which is their backup food source, to be like, haha, let's play these games, let's make people fight tigers and each other for warfare. Everyone loves it, it's so fucking cool. So they start a load of gladiator games. Maximus was sent to be killed, but he escapes and ends up getting captured again, but by a different group and put into the gladiator games. Everyone likes him. He starts to become like an idol, this savior of Rome who stood up to the emperor, and he just gets a load of fans, and he keeps winning these gladiator battles. He keeps winning and winning and winning, no matter how the emperor tries to rig it. We then have a sort of underground allegiance, a rebellion starting to form up, but every time they make a plan, someone obviously rats them out for their own personal survival or the survival of their loved ones. As shit happens, a lot of their friends die. Maximus ends up fighting the emperor in a gladiator thing. It's one final battle, and they end up killing each other, and Rome is saved, and that's where the movie ends. I'm gonna be honest, for 2000s, the CGI and the blood splatters wasn't that bad. I'm not even sure if it was CGI or practical effects, I don't know, but the blood splatters weren't that bad. They were pretty cool. The fights and the choreography was also really fucking cool, and Other than that, it was kind of boring. The story was quite simple, but it was dragged out. The story was dragged out for so long. Like, they kept having these underground plans, but they kept failing, so it did feel repetitive and like done over and over and over again, to the point where it got boring and just not as exciting as it was the first time. And even the end felt anticlimactic because like there was no music, and like it just showed how weak the Emperor was compared to Maximus. But it was just really boring because it was just like he was poisoned, so he was weakened, yet he still managed to beat the Emperor. And it was a very shitty battle because he literally just stabbed him, and then he tried to sort of stop himself from being stabbed, and it was a very weak battle. The opening battle was really good. It was a really interesting hook. Like, it set the tone of the movie with like how bloodthirsty it'd be. It set up the characters really well, and it set up their personalities and how they acted and how they had their moral code. It showed Maximus being like true to his family, being very honorable, and it had like the Emperor's son set up as like a coward, like a really weak and sort of narrow-minded character with how he thinks, how he acts, and slightly perverse in his ways, and slightly, I'm trying to think of the word, incestual towards his sister. And as soon as I saw him on screen, I watched this movie with my granddad and my nana, I asked my granddad, does he fuck his sister? As soon as he came on screen, and granddad said no, but he tries. And he didn't lie. He does try. And that is extremely fucking strange. I felt quite uncomfortable when he was on screen. He is played by the same person, like Phoenix Quinn, you know, the person that plays Joker in the, like, 2019 Joker movie? I think it's 2019? I don't know, the Joker movie, The Joker 2. He plays him. So he is an incredible actor. He is an absolutely incredible actor, and he plays this very well for one of his earlier roles. But he's a little bit of a freak. I don't like him. He just makes me uncomfortable. Just the way he talks, the way he acts, the way he goes about situations. It's just uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's just not... It was like heebie-jeebies, and he did have his slow descent into madness, and it wasn't like a big descent into madness like we see in Joker, or we even see in Avatar with Azula, but we do see like the power rush to his head, and him making decisions like on a whim based on his emotions rather than what the city actually needs, which further proves like his father's like choice of being like, yo, you're not fit to be emperor. And like, they drilled that into us from the start by them saying, oh, he's not fit to be emperor, oh, he's not this, that, and the other. And he tries to make the argument that he is fit, but we do see it throughout the movie. It is like show, not tell, with how he's making his decisions and doing actions which don't really benefit Rome, and is just further proving how shit of an emperor he is. I don't really know where they could have made a second one from, but I will still watch it. And this one, it's like a 5 out of 10.